Hey, welcome to the fourth and final reading of Chapter 5 of How to Lose a Planet, the Afrofuture Epic. She leaned away from him. I apologize for that. That wasn't me. That was the stress. And you're wrong, Kato. I don't care that Bryan did this. Bryan was insane. I want to know what you did that would make him do this. I want to know what skeletons you have in your closet. A brainstorm had him. Moses stood in the hood of the car. He looked down at Kato with his hands cupped around his mouth. She's trying to manipulate you. Keep your guard up. Stick and move, grandson. Stick and move. He saw a crowd of people behind Moses, all of them with Moses' round, bearded face cheering, "Let's go, grandson. She ain't shit. Let's go, grandson. She ain't shit." Bryan? Her voice broke his brainstorm. Bryan didn't care about anybody. You know what Bryan was convicted of, yeah? She nodded. He felt his body shaking. You know why he killed two of his kids? How could I? He never said a word to the press. It's because he cared. He shook his head. No, that's not it. It's because that's how he cared, how he tried to. He got outmaneuvered. A rival, some ganger who knew him and his ways, introduced those two kids to each other when they were young. They stayed in touch through high school and into adulthood. They dated, they planned on having children, and they had no idea they were half siblings. He released a long, slow exhale. Bryan didn't know either. When they all found out, he killed them to spare them the shame. His shame, not theirs. He never even gave them time to figure out what had happened. She sat still for almost a minute. She gasped. Who outmaneuvered him? He never told me. We got drunk one night, which he never did. They started talking about how he's got enough money to buy a moon, but he can't buy his way out of prison. Then he told me what he did. Then he fell asleep. He looked at his new clothes, soft, comfortable, and free of blood. Maybe it was for my grandfather. He's dead, but for a while he and Bryan were close. He shook his head at what Bryan's gang had done. I don't know. I need sleep. At any rate, you're free, she said. Be happy while you have it. What the hell is happy? Does happiness even work? He shook his head. Want me to believe I got a chance out here? He pulled his knees into his chest and set his feet on the car's seat. He gazed through the open window to the starry sky and looked for comfort in his smallness. Countless stars supplied light to countless planets, moons, and species. Even the distance from Quest City to the moon next door was about 8,000 marathons. Kato looked at the black spaces between the stars and couldn't find a single scab, nor the slightest hint of blood or bruising. Earth was gone. Most of its ships and people were destroyed, but there were no blemishes in the sky. The universe had carried on. He knew that whatever happened tonight, people would get over it. What other choice did they have? He looked away from the sky. I don't care if it's a doggy pad, a ganger, or the president herself says I'm free. Once you go to prison, the illusion is over. For the rest of your life, you're a person who goes to prison. Free ain't ever gonna be free no more. He put a foot outside the car and answered her glare with his own. I'm gonna go into this rusty house and sleep. And tomorrow I'm gonna drink and find a warm and willing body. The trolls can come or not, Iron Clan can come or not, you can tell or not. Ain't none of this business about free got anything to do